G'day everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be going through my official 2022 mid-season AFL All Australian side. Reaching the halfway point of the season, we have seen some terrific footballers, from ones that have truly become superstars, whilst others have not really lived up to their expectations. If you're going to enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. And let's get into my mid-season All Australian side. Okay, kicking it off in the back line and starting at the first back pocket, we have 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴 from Hawthorn. Talk about a comeback player. This guy's been sensational for the Hawks after being out for quite some time with a knee injury. Before his knee injury, he was truly known as one of the best intercepting defenders in the competition, and this year he's taken the role of a key defender and has been very impressive. He still shows his ability to peel off defenders and take some lovely intercept marks, and just game by game he's produced so many marks left, right and centre, and he's taken on that key defensive role beautifully for the Hawks, one of their standout players in that side. Moving on to fullback, and it is no surprise we have Steven May. This guy, in my eyes, has been the best key defender in the league by a country mile. Just watching him play, he is so impressive for the Melbourne Demons, and as I've said a few times before on the channel, he is the core. He is really probably one of the most important players in that Melbourne Demons side. When a ball goes inside 50, he's usually or always there to come through and just clean up the dramas with, a 20 metre sprawl, just punching it out of danger, or just watching him, his body work one-on-one is terrific and takes a lot of intercept marks. Of course, to mention as well, his disposal efficiency out of defensive 50 is exquisite too, and just everything he does, literally when the ball comes inside 50, he is just the influence to get the ball back out of danger. Now for the next back pocket, and we have Tom Stewart from Geelong, an intercepting freak, and has been terrific this year for the Geelong Cats. He, in my eyes, is one of the best players in the competition with being able to read the ball. Every time it goes down in his direction, just reads it beautifully, is able to leave his man, and again, takes so many intercept marks per game. And it's not just the intercept marks as well, he's able to rack up the football, just always in the right spot at the right time, so he's always able to get, those seagull or cheap touches, as they do say. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's the role of a halfback flanker. He is an halfback flanker, but I've put him as a back pocket because he's played a bit more deep sometimes this year, and I've wanted to include a few more halfback flankers in the side, of course. But again, a no-brainer decision, one of the best intercepting defenders so far this year. Moving on to the halfback line in my side now, and for the first halfback flanker, we have Sam Docherty from Carlton. Again, a terrific halfback flanker, another magnificent comeback player alongside 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴. Going down with prostate cancer is not a good sign at all, but for his ability to come back in an excellent Carlton side this year and be one of the standout players is just awesome to see. I feel Carlton have usually had a number of problems with the halfback line in the recent years, but just this year alongside Saad, Docherty has been tremendous. Just setting up defensively, he's always in the right spot, and he's also a very good ball user coming out of defence. Moving on to centre half back now, and I do have 𝐷𝐿𝐴 𝐻𝐿𝐴 from Carlton. Of course, he did go down with an AC joint and will be out for 6 weeks, and because of this, he'll most likely not be an All-Australian player because he'll miss out on too many games. But this is the mid-season, so from the first 12 rounds, first 11, 12 rounds, 𝐷𝐿𝐴 𝐻𝐿𝐴 I think is probably just been the second best key back in the league. Nowhere near Steven May, I feel, but 𝐷𝐿𝐴 𝐻𝐿𝐴, fantastic one-on-one, just a presence down there for Carlton. And he's just done it for so many years now, just a huge reliability back there. As just said, excellent one-on-one, and can definitely take an intercept grab left, right or centre. Now for the next halfback flanker, there is a number of awesome options for a halfback flanker this year, but I've decided to go for my second one, Jack Sinclair from St Kilda. Talk about a player who's truly stepped up. I feel St Kilda are doing so well this year because players like your Brad Hill, Jack Sinclair have really stood up and are playing excellent football. Definitely, yes, Jack Sinclair has played more midfield time this year, but I feel like it's fair enough to have a midfielder at halfback because he is normally a halfback flanker. He plays that quarterback role as well. He loves to drift back, stay kick away from the contest and take an intercept grab. And also, he is just such an energetic player. Just watching him play, he's always fast to the footy, always racking up the ball, and is a heavy influence for St Kilda this year. Now moving on into the midfield, my first winger, I've got 𝐼𝐻𝐿 𝐿𝐼𝐿. Now I do have to quickly say he has not really been playing wing as much as he usually is. He's been playing a lot more midfield minutes in the guts, but I feel like he still is naturally a wingman, so I've decided to put him in here. But he has been elite this year for the Brisbane Lions. They are flying, of course, and alongside Lachie Neale, Jared Berry, Dane Zorko, he has been tremendous for the Lions. Of course, he is well known for just his excellent gut running, his two-way running, and when he does have ball in hand, is an elite ball user. Now for my sentiment, and of course I do have Patrick Cripps from Carlton. He is in contention for the Brownlow medal this year alongside a few other players, and a lot of people have said that he is the best AFL player so far this year. In my eyes, yes, he hasn't been as influential as he was at the start of the year, kicking at least 2 goals, I think, in 30 touches, but I still feel that every game he has been extremely influential for Carlton. We all know Paddy Cripps, he's just had such an excellent season after a poor 2021, loves to take the game on, big body, tough midfielder who can obviously have an eye for goal. He may not be some sort of an elite ball user, but you know what you're getting out of him, a tough as nails midfielder who loves to rack it up and win the hard ball. For my other wingman in my mid-season All-Australian side, I do have Ed Langdon from the Melbourne Demons. Of course, yes, he has been out for a month with the broken ribs, but I still feel that out of the pure wingman category, he's been the best so far this year. Of course, received so much attention early in the season for having 100% time on ground in some games, which is just terrific. But I think when you really take a step back and watch how he does play, structurally, he is a beautiful play to watch where he sets up, always in the right position, and of course, one of the most hardest working players in the competition. Provides support for the counter-attack, provides support for the help in defensive 50. He is everywhere. And yes, he has been out for some time, but I feel like Ed Langdon still deserves a spot in this side. Moving on to the half forwards now, and I do have Bailey Smith from the Western Bulldogs. I do want to try and really limit the midfielders at the half forward position, but I feel like Bailey Smith has played a lot of half forward or high half forward or wing this year for the Western Bulldogs. This player just simply keeps on getting better and better, simple as that. Maybe leading the Western Bulldogs best and fairest count, who knows, alongside Josh Dunkley. Well known for just his gut running, very hard working player, always providing run and carry, always providing support, and just clocks up plenty of clicks in the legs game after game. Might not be the most elite ball user in my opinion, but he is an X-factor player. He's a hard worker and always provides support, and when he does have the ball in hand, certainly he has a knack for goal and can create a few magical things off his own boot. Now for centre half forward, and I've gone with a big call here, and I've just thought, why not, let's put him in. We've gone with Max King from St Kilda. Just his performances have been exquisite. He just has these sudden bursts of kicking goal after goal. Watching him play, he is exquisite in the marking contest. Those long arms he does have when he matches on an undersized defender, good luck, because you really gotta need it. An excellent grab one-on-one or in a contest. Of course, his set shots are a bit shaky sometimes. He has a knack for kicking more points than goals in a game, but still has tremendous upside, and he's had many performances this year where he's could have kicked like 6 goals none instead of 1 goals 5. So I think also including the upside and just how good he's been playing this season, I think he deserves a spot in my side. And now for the other half forward flanker, I've gone with Shai Bolton from Richmond. Maybe a bit more of an unpopular decision where you could possibly just go with a midfielder, but again, I want to try and go with a bit more of a forward midfielder kind of type, and I think Shai Bolton really fits this team well. Stats wise, he averages at least 15 disposals and 2 goals a game, and looking at that from a half forward flanker, that is elite in my eyes. Just such an entertaining player to watch. I think many people can agree, one of the most exciting players to watch, and just when he has the ball in hand, he can produce some absolute magic, and of course is a very hard player to stop, hard player to tackle. He just ducks and weaves and moves and makes defenders miss, and of course is exquisite at ground level. Just such a clean, agile and entertaining player to watch, and he's really put on an excellent 2022 so far. Now for the forward line, and for my first forward pocket, I do have Charlie Cameron. He had a really quiet start to the season, I felt, and there were players like Dylan Moore, Tyson Stangl that could have possibly taken his forward pocket spot, but he has really blossomed and produced an excellent start to 2022, or half to 2022 I should say. He just has a knack for finding bags of goals left, right or centre. Still just an energetic player, exciting player to watch, and it's Charlie Cameron, we all know. Very excellent crummer, great set shot, and of course can produce a bit of razzle dazzle when he does have the ball in dangerous areas. For my full forward, I do have none other but 𝐼𝐿𝐴 𝐼𝐻𝐪 from Carlton. Plenty of Carlton players in this video, and it's within fair reason. They've been excellent this season, and 𝐼𝐿𝐴 𝐼𝐻𝐪, what a revelation he has been for the Blues. A very high draft pick from a few years ago, but finally paying his worth. He is, I think, currently leading in the Coleman medal, and again, just similar to Max King, just has a certain splurge or a knack for kicking multiple bags of goals a game. Extremely athletic play in the air, loves to take an awesome grab, great in the contest, brings it down to ground level exceptionally well. And just to set shots as well, has been a very accurate player too. Now for my next forward pocket, I really wanted to try and include another small forward or a third tall, and I decided to go for the third tall of Bailey Fritsch from the Melbourne Demons. It's a really weird one. I feel like he's kind of gone under the radar this year. He has been exceptional again this season for the Melbourne Demons. Just such a dead eye, such a accurate kick for goal, and when he takes a mark inside 50, you know it's going through every day of the week. 25 goals so far this season, and I really think he's a smart footballer, makes the right leads, makes the right decisions, and just said before, when he has the ball in hands, especially from the set shot position, you know it's going through. Now for my three followers, for the ruckman, I have gone with Max Gawn. Certainly, it is fair enough, it's up for debate with an All-Australian ruckman at the moment. Maybe people could go with Tim English, or others could go with Jarryd Roberts, who's been sensational. Both players have been excellent this year. But in my eyes, I still feel I have to go with Max Gawn. I do believe he has been the best ruckman this year, simply for his ability to be not just only a ruckman. He's tremendous at ground level. He's awesome at just being a fourth midfielder in that Demons side. Can go forward, take marks, kick tremendous goals. I think he does a lot of great things that not many other ruckmen can do, and because of his versatility, because of also, of course, his awesome ruck work, I believe he does deserve a spot, the ruck spot, in my All-Australian side. Now for my two followers, my first one on baller, we do have Lachie Neale from the Brisbane Lions. In my eyes, this guy is probably the best player so far this year and is on track to win the Brownlow. I do feel an untaggable play. It's simple as that. Hard worker, ball magnet, always in the contest, always runs hard to the next contest to be able to receive a ball again for another hand pass and another kick. And I feel this year he's really elevated his game, or should I say elevated his game compared to 2020, because that's when he did win the Brownlow, with being able to really find an eye for goal, always just in the right position, off a boot, off a step, bang, goal. I think that's a reason why he's become such a next level midfielder. And of course, he is a perfect selection in this side. And for my other follower, I do have Clayton Oliver from the Melbourne Demons. Again, Oliver, Petrarco, two peas in a pod. They are the dynamic duo in that midfield. And I think this season so far, Oliver's slightly just been better than Petrarca. I think what Oliver does so well is just his areas and stoppages. Every time there's a ball up, he's just always first to the footy, gets a quick kick, gets a quick hand pass in. And he's usually that player that's always first to the ball and starts off an attack for goal for the Demons. And for me, he's been an exceptional midfielder so far this year. Moving on to the interchange now. And for my first bench player, I do have, just mentioned before, Christian Petrarca. I think the first month of the season, people were saying this guy is the best player in the competition. And of course, last week he did drop off a bit because he was crook. That's definitely fair enough. But I still feel he's been exceptional this year alongside Clayton Oliver. Just has a knack for finding the ball. A bit more of the attacking X-factor kind of midfielder that goes forward, kicks goals, and has that ability to play forward as well. He's just a player with heaps of weapons, and he's a no-brainer, of course, for a selection in my All-Australian side. My next bench player, and I do have Callum Mills from the Sydney Swans. This guy has been a tremendous improver compared from his last seasons, and I feel like now he's finally had that kind of breakout year where he's now a true elite top 10 midfielder kind of elite player. For me, he's that playmaking midfielder, that balanced midfielder who's able to be a tremendous two-way runner, keep up with the elite midfielders when they are versing a certain side, and his ability to get his own ball whilst keeping other midfielders to low amounts of touches is such an asset with Callum Mills, in my opinion. And what he does so well is just he's able to be that general kind of player. He sits back and is always the first player to do a very effective kick or a very effective hand pass to set up an attack for the Swans. So for me, again, a no-brainer for Callum Mills, I feel, and he truly deserves a spot in this side. my third interchange player in the team, and I do have Andrew Brayshaw from Fremantle. This guy has been sensational for the Fremantle Dockers. He's going to be their future captain, and he's only 22 years of age. He's got sky-high potential at the moment for the Dockers, and again, with 5 out, he's really stepped up and become a Brownlow contention midfielder. Again, he does almost everything well, just that all-round awesome midfielder, goes hard for the footy, able to defend, able to really two-way run well, and of course is a very gut-running midfielder, always demanding for the footy, always running to the next contest to get the next kick, and just his presence in the midfield just really makes him look like a game-changing midfielder. And now for my final bench player in the All Australian side, I've gone with probably a bit more of a unpopular selection, I guess you could say. I've gone with 𝐼𝐻𝐿 from Carlton. In my eyes, he has every right to be in the All-Australian side. I do feel if he keeps it up for the second half of this season, what a recruit he has been. When he left the Sydney Swans, I definitely had thoughts that he'd become an elite player because he was joining an environment that really does need his kind of role, just that sitting back player, a sweeper in centre bounce contests, and is able just to sit back, collect the ball, and efficient with the first give. And just simply watching when Carlton do play, he is always on the end of centre bounce clearances, always first the ball, receives a lot of headouts, and just does the simple things well when he does get it. And of course, a tough as nails midfielder who's also able to tag. So everybody, there is my official 2022 mid-season AFL All Australian side. Of course, there is a plethora amount of players who were unlucky to miss my side, so feel free to comment down below and tell me what you think of my side and who would you have put in your side if you were to make an All-Australian side. So thank you very much for watching the video, fellas. Hopefully you did enjoy. Feel free to like and subscribe if you went on to enjoy today's video. That would be much appreciated. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. See you later, fellas.